sometimes you see me and I don't say anything because Facebook has this little thing where it has a little circle with the slash through it saying, oh, you're not ready yet, not ready yet. But when you look at the video, you're just sitting there and not saying anything because it doesn't indicate that you're live until later, right? So hopefully you heard your good morning song, but good morning. And I hope everyone's doing well. It's just a beautiful, rainy, still rainy, Wednesday. Rainy Wednesday. So it's hump day, guys. And I just want to tell you today, I posted a picture, but after my workout, it was so hot. I don't know what it was about my house. It was just so hot in here. So I went outside and realized, well, I heard the rain first. I heard it. I was like, oh God, this is so relaxing. I wanted to stay in bed and just like read a book or something because I love the sound of rain. I love the sound of the ocean. Just the water. I think it's something about the water that soothes you, right? So I went outside and I took a picture, and because it was raining, and I said, wow, this is just magnificent, but because it was nice and cool outside. So if you like the rain, you like that soothing, whatever it does to you outside in the rain, then go outside when it's raining and just stand out there and enjoy it for a minute, because it can be very, very nice. So this morning I wanted to share with you and kind of do I think I'm doing a compressing time, because I review this book, or I read this book and review it on my YouTube channel. And so this video is going to go on the YouTube channel tonight. There you go. That way, two birds, one stone, that sort of thing. I hate to say that because I wouldn't really hit a bird with a stone. That'd just be kind of mean, right? Anyway, so I'm reading this book, and I've been doing this since January, and it's a year-long book because it's called A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Wisdom, and Courage, and it's by Cindy Spiegel. So today I want to share with you two of the inserts, because the book really doesn't have chapters. It's made up like days of the month, and for each month, every day of the month, there's a new thought or a new anecdote or a new quote or something that Cindy puts in here. And she is always doing these challenges as well. So I'm gonna read the anecdotes or the quotes in the book, and then I just kind of talk about them a little bit. That's, me, I talk. So, and my purple, I love purple. So I found this purple shirt in my closet this morning, and so I had to put on this. Good morning, Susan. Good to see you. How you doing? So, whatever your favorite color is, break it out, put it on. It just makes you feel good. Okay, so here's the topics. Change what ain't working, and then choose your own direction. So I'm going to read this, and then I'm just kind of going to talk about it a little bit. All right. If you're unhappy with the cards you've been dealt, buy a new deck and deal yourself new ones. Choose your own direction. No person has the right to rain on your dreams. And that quote is by Marian Wright Edelman in the book, The Measure of Our Success. And here's another part of it. Don't let someone tell you that the next step you're taking isn't the right one for you. Don't believe anyone who says you're dreaming something impossible. Don't allow anyone to talk you out of following your dreams. Only you get to choose what dreams align with your soul. Yeah, I think, sometimes that speaks to everyone at some point, because there's so much copying and modeling and doing everything that everybody else is doing, sort of thing going on. And sometimes that can make you feel like, wow, I don't really want to do that. That doesn't speak to me. Or, I don't know, that just looks way too difficult, or that, not difficult, because you want to kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone, but not difficult. I don't want to say difficult. I want to say not in line with your goals and dreams. What are you seeing? What is your creativity coming out? How are you seeing your life? Not someone else's life. Not trying to copy somebody else's life because maybe they have more money, or not trying to copy somebody else's life because you think that is what you're supposed to do. But deep down in your soul, you have another dream, and you're afraid to bring it out because you think somebody might think you're crazy. And somebody might actually tell you you're crazy. I've had that happen. Somebody told me that making these videos every morning was useless. And that, why are you doing that? It does nothing for you to advance your business. It does nothing for, whatever. And at first, I kind of bought into it, but then I said, no. This is something that I want to do for people, because I think sharing stories or sharing your story can help somebody. It may not help everybody. Everybody may not come flocking to you and trying to buy what you're trying to sell. Because, on these videos, typically I'm not trying to sell anything. But if I can help or inspire or motivate or push somebody towards their dream or whatever it is in what I'm saying, or what the information that I'm sharing or whatever, then I'm just going to keep doing that. Yeah, I can do other things to advance the other parts of my business, but this is something that I do for people that may need it. If I touch one life, that's good. And see, that's the thing. Sometimes we let people talk us out of things that we're doing because they don't see the value in it. But it doesn't mean that nobody else sees the value in it. And that's what it's talking about, is choose your own direction. What are you wanting to do so badly that it just keeps nagging at you, that it keeps pushing you towards that end or towards that goal or whatever? Or maybe you don't see it. Maybe you see, oh my God, this is so difficult. This is such a hard road to plow. And should I even do this because nobody else is doing it? If the dream wasn't attainable, he wouldn't have given it to you. He would not have given it to you. So think about that. Just because you don't know how to get it done right now does not mean it's not attainable. It just means you don't know how yet. But start to write some stuff down. Remember I was talking the other day about writing stuff down, writing ideas down as they come to you. It doesn't matter. Uh-oh, you lost the volume? Okay. Is that better? Because maybe it's the book. It doesn't matter if somebody approves of it. Yes, you have people that you follow, you have gurus that tell you what to do, but they're telling you what to do based on what they've done, the experiences they've had, and that's a good thing if that's the path you want to follow. But look for somebody that is walking your path. That person that you've chosen as your mentor or whatever, is not walking the path that you want to walk, get a new mentor, get a new coach, get somebody else that, and then just look for them, because they're all over the place. People are doing all kinds of things. And write your idea down, and when you write the idea down, start looking for people that are doing something similar and see what their success in it has been. And then just kind of follow them and see what steps they took. And see, that way it's getting to the end goal and working your own dream. Because, you know, I was talking the other day about success. Success does not look the same way for everybody. It just doesn't. Every, you know, society, you know, I guess you say the majority of people think success is having a lot of money. Some people think success is having a lot of things. But sometimes, maybe it's the minority of people, but some people think success is just having a good relationship with their family. Some people think success is just, you know, finding that one person that you can relate to. That may be their idea of success, and all the other stuff is like secondary. So if you are finding that something in your life isn't working, change it. If you're stressed out, because you're totally stressed out because you're trying to follow everybody else's path, change that. Change it, or do some meditations. That's good. It calms you, and it puts you in a to look at stuff in a better light, and stop stressing and worrying about. Instead of stressing and worrying about things, then you're just going for things and taking it as it is. So if you really want to go for whatever that thing was that is stressing you out, try something different. Try, first thing in the morning, do some meditation. Because I was recommending Dr. Joe Dispenza's water rising meditation. It's an hour long, so you'd have to set aside some time to do it. But do it. You know, if that helps you to calm down and really, go for whatever you're doing without applying stress and anxiety to it. Because I don't think you would really enjoy the journey if you're stressed out about it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen if you just keep doing what you're doing, but don't stress out about it, because if you start stressing out about it, by the time you get to the end of the journey, it may be the end of something else as well. Because I was reading a story this morning about this guy. I don't know what's going on with this computer. It just all of a sudden decided it wanted to end the video. But anyway, and maybe that's what happened to the volume too. It's just freaking out. I might have ghost in my machine. That's an idea. But anyway, I was reading about this guy who was very successful. He was making 6 and 7 figures a year. But he was very unhappy. He was stressed out. He was drinking like a fish. And one morning woke up and had chest pains and all of this stuff, and all this anxiety. And he went to the hospital thinking he was getting ready. He was having a heart attack. Turns out it was an anxiety attack, and he was embarrassed about it. But he had to change some stuff. Because as much as he was trying to impress everyone else, he wasn't really going for his dream. He was doing what he thought society wanted him to do, or what society saw as successful. But when he changed that, he was a much happier person. You know, he was still successful, but he stopped stressing about everything. You know, he gave up the drinking. He actually started having some relationships that he had been putting aside because he was so driven. So, you know, you can be driven and not stress out. They don't go hand in hand, right? So don't let anybody tell you your dream is not worthy. You know, because people will do that. So I don't know what you're doing. You know, why are you doing that? That's not even important. And you will get that. Haters hate, right? And then sometimes it's not even hate. It's not even being hated. They just don't see the value. You have to see the value for yourself. So go ahead and choose your own path. But if things are not working, change it. Change up some stuff. And move stuff around and say, oh, okay, now this works for me. You don't do what works for everybody else. You do what works for you. That's what's going to get you where you want to be without going to the hospital, having an anxiety attack or a real heart attack, because sometimes stress does that too. So go for what you know. Your dream is attainable. You just have to go for it, but don't stress out. Okay? All right, guys. So I'm going to get out of here, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a fantastically marvelous day, and I know I will. Bye-bye. Bye, Susan.